Well, lots of economic data as well on tap this week to keep us pretty busy. But our next guest isn't so sure how reliable all that information is going to be. He says the economy is in far worse shape than the government is telling. Let's bring in Charles Biderman, CEO of TrimTabs Investment Research, an independent investment research firm that studies the flow of cash and liquidity in equity markets. Good to have you back with us. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you guys.
All right. So we're also glued to watching these economic statistics in terms of getting better clues about where we are in terms of the economic cycle. You say don't trust all of them.
Well, the ones we trust is income tax collections, which the Treasury reports every day. Now, that indicates that the economy is still going lower. Incomes are not rising. They're declining sequentially. However, the Bureau of Economic Analysis, they said over the last 3 months, wages and salaries for everybody with a job has been going up every month. Now, how is that possible when several 100,000 jobs have been lost each month? Our numbers show 1 million jobs have been lost the last 3 months. The only reason that the BLS, Bureau of Labor Statistics, number is not that high is they have this thing called birth-death adjustments, where they're saying several 100,000 jobs more jobs were created at new companies than at dying companies.
Why is it? Why is it so key, though, to follow this statistic specifically and kind of
well, dispute
what the government says based on what you see?
We track supply and demand of cash and stock. Okay, so companies, insider buying is at the lowest point of the whole last cycle. I mean, since the year ago plunge. Mutual fund cash is at record low levels. Individuals are buying bond funds. They're not putting, there's no money going into U.S. equity mutual funds. Bond funds are up 12% this year with no volatility. Why should individuals buy stocks? So the only place that money's coming from is the U.S. government, whose balance sheet grew by $2 trillion in the last year, $1.94 trillion. Bloomberg is asking, where is that money going? Government doesn't want to say.
Let me ask you, though, first of all, and that's true for sure, you can say that again, but when we're talking about BLS statistics and BEA statistics, surely you're not implying that they skew them depending on how they want the economy to look, right? And they're not release the same size.
They're not that smart.
But they release the same figures in boom times as they do in bust times. So why wouldn't you take them as a constant, even if you don't like the way the numbers are set up?
Well, because we're in a real-time world here, and we trade on real-time data, except we're basing the BEA data is based upon historic numbers from the first quarter right now. They just revised numbers based on the first quarter unemployment insurance that goes to the states 6 months after the states got that data. Meanwhile, the Treasury gets unemployment data every day, which has how many people are working, wages and salaries. The government doesn't want to look at the real-time data. Why? Because they don't. Nobody's asked them to.
So bottom line, you're saying it's much worse out there than everybody says, and that this rally really, don't buy it. And you've been saying this for a while.
I've been wrong for a while.
Yeah.
I know. Listen, it's been quite painful.
We have a lot of guys, though, on a show who are very bearish like that. They put their money where their mouth is, or they're shorting the market. How long do you think the market can ride these fallacies higher and higher?
Well, over the last 10 years, we've been wrong for 18 out of 120 months. We were wrong for 6 months in 00. We were saying in February this market, and the market lasted till August. And we started in April saying this market is, just way overblown. And I don't know how much longer it can go. Bubbles can go for as long as bubbles go before they break.
Just got about 20 seconds here. So are you covering your shorts, or are you still waiting? You're not?
No, we're modestly short. I mean, we're not short enough to get hurt personally, but, we're
continue to fight the tape.
At some point, this reality, gravity usually works at some point.
All right, Charles, thanks for coming in. Charles Biderman there, CEO of TrimTabs Investment Research.